Do you usually feel bothered, worried, anxious, and concerned about so many things? And itong mga bagay na to, they are always on your mind. Tapos, hindi mo alam kung ano yung gagawin mo or kung ano yung kaya mong kontrolin. Does that sound familiar to you? Stay tuned because I'm going to be talking about that next. Welcome back, mga kapraning. Okay, let's face it. We've all been there before. Lahat tayo on the same boat na lalo na ngayon na nagkakaroon ng pandemic. Marami tayong mga things that we are bothered about or anxious of. Eh, ano kayong Tagalog na marami tayong mga agam-agam. Lalim na naman. So, ang tanong, ito bang mga bagay that you're actually worrying about? Should you be worrying about them in the first place? Okay? So, dapat nga ba o dapat huwag ka na mag-worry dun sa mga bagay na yun? So, that's what we're going to be talking about in this vlog. About all of those things that are on your mind that keeps you concerned. As we talk about this topic, I'd like to also make mention kung saan ko kinuha or ano yung naging inspiration ko dito sa vlog na to. Babalik na naman ako sa aking favorite na nagsulat or author, itong si 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲. So, according to him, there is a concept, or actually 3 concepts called our circles of concern, circle of control, and what's in between, which is the circle of influence. So, doon umiikot lahat ng mga bagay na napupunta sa mga isipan natin. No? So these are the things that are on our minds that either bother us or worry us or to a certain extent keep us anxious and awake at night. So ano ba tong mga bagay-bagay na to? No? Ano tong difference, okay? or maybe similarities nitong tatlong klaseng circles na to? Let's start with the biggest in the circle. Ito ang circle of concern. Okay, so from the word itself, yun yung ginamit kong terminology kanina at the beginning of this vlog. Sabi ko, things that are your concern. Okay, so ano ba yung concern? Ito yung mga bagay na iniisip natin madalas, lagi, okay, or every once in a while. Okay, ano ang circle of concern? Ito yung mga bagay na wala tayong control per se. Okay, yung whatever outcome that might happen because of these things, hindi natin yun kontrolado per se. Okay, so what are some examples of things that are categorized as circle of concern? Bigyan ko kayo ng magagandang example. Traffic. Traffic sa EDSA. Yan. Kung anong oras darating ang grab car mo or for that matter, ang next trip ng Philippine Airlines or Cebu Pacific. Okay, number 3, pang example, naisip ko dito, weather disturbance. Okay, tapos yung pagkapatay or buhay ulit ng kuryente, so power interruption or power failure. Policies that are going to be made by government. Okay, so kasama dyan yung mga anong gagawin nila for the pandemic, for transportation, etc. Strikes, riot, civil commotions, or war and peace. Okay, wala tayong control dun sa mga bagay-bagay na yun. Dadagdagan ko pa. Kung sino yung mga magulang mo, ayan, who you were born into, and saan ka pinanganak, ayan, dagdag ko na rin yun. Okay, and ito, medyo importante ito, no? I wanna add this. The mistakes that you have done in the past. Okay, these are things that are categorized as belonging to your circle of concern. Okay, so ano ang critical dito na definition ng circle of concern? Ito yung mga bagay na, as I mentioned earlier, generally wala tayong control, okay, sa magiging outcome or hindi natin siya makokontrol per se. So now let's go to the second circle, which is the circle of control. Okay, so ano naman to? From the word itself, it says, ito yung mga bagay na kaya mo siyang kontrolin, okay, to a certain extent or to its fullest context or extent. Okay, o ngayon, sino ang nagko-control nito? Ikaw. Okay, you have full control over these things. And what are these things that you can control? So I'd like to start with the way you think, your thoughts, your mindset, your attitude, your behavior, your moods, feelings, emotions, the way you react to things, events, and people. And siguro idagdag ko din dito pati ang iyong values that you choose, and then what are your work ethics such as professionalism, among others. So yun yung mga bagay na kaya mo kontrolin. Bakit? Kasi sa'yo yun. Okay, so again, circle of control, this is within your realm of power, authority, and of control. And now for the third circle, ito yung nasa gitna. Okay, why do I say it's in the gitna? In the gitna. Kaya nasa gitna kasi ito ang mga bagay na concerns you, okay? Tapos meron kang a certain level of control pero not necessarily. Maaari din namang wala per se. That is why it's called circle of influence. Okay, so influensya. Okay, ito yung mga bagay na kaya mo silang maaaring maybe i-motivate or maybe you can actually alter something. Okay, so yun yung konsepto ni circle of influence. So what are examples ng mga bagay falling under circle of influence? So ito yung what people think of you. Okay, so isama na din natin dito yung pinaka in general, yung reputasyon mo. So reputation. Okay? Included here also is whether people will like you or not. Okay, ano pa? You also this also includes the decisions or the actions of other people. Okay, ano pa? How your children's future will turn out to be. Oh, yan. And then, ano pang last na gusto kong idagdag dyan? Whether you're going to go far at work, meaning mapopromote ka ba o hindi. Okay? So, yun ang just some of the things that actually fall under the category circle of influence. Kasi, kaya mong impluensyahan to a certain extent ang magiging outcome nitong mga bagay na ito. So, now that you know about these three categories, yung circle of concern, circle of control, and circle of influence, what should you do now? Okay, ganito lang yan. Okay, so on a day-to-day basis, isipin mo ano yung mga bagay that occupies your mind, that keeps you worried, bothered, or concerned. Okay, so lahat na yon by default, nandun siya sa circle of concern. Pero, later on, kailangan mo siyang i-subcategorize or i-subdivide into alin ba dun sa mga circle of concern things mo ang maaaring pumasok doon sa circle of influence lang or doon sa full circle of control. Yun yung kailangan mong gawin and that's gonna make you or at least help you ease your mind. Okay, so halimbawa, bigyan ko kayong example, circle of concern. Nag-worry ka kasi, ito, this is very close to my heart. I-share ko lang sa inyo kasi fresh na fresh pa sa akin tong nangyari na to. I don't know kung naririnig ninyo, nagta-thunderstorms dito sa amin in Bataan. Okay? So, in my farm, okay, sa R&B farm, dahil sa non-stop ang monsoon rains na dulot nitong si Typhoon Fabian, which is not even in the Philippine area of responsibility, mind you. Okay? Nagkaroon ngayon ng non-stop rain for the last 4 or 5 days. So ngayon, what happened was because of, well, I will also attribute it to poor planning in terms of landscaping and grading of the elevation stuff. Tapos, hindi magandang drainage ng aking farm. Bumaha ng bonggang-bongga. So ngayon, it's been underwater. May standing water na siya for the last 2.5 days. And I was worried that my plants might die kasi baka mabulok yung mga roots nila. Sobrang stable and rooted na sila. Sayang naman. So what I did was I went to the capital sa Balanga. Namili ako ng submersible water pump so that I will be able to suck the water from that pool. Okay, tapos meron akong mahaba na hose para lumabas siya dun sa canal outside of the farm. Okay? So ngayon, ginagawa ko na yun and then it's been on for about a little over an hour and a half. So nakakabawas na siya ng relatively good number or good amount of water. So syempre, medyo nababawasan yung tubig. Tapos nung medyo madami nang nabawas na tubig, biglang bumuhos ng bonggang-bongga na naman yung ulan. As in, ang lakas-lakas niya. And I felt very frustrated, so exasperated. I felt so heartbroken na nga. Alam mo yung I couldn't help but kasi nakahubad ako well, hindi naman hubod. Naka-shorts na ako kahapon, I wasn't wearing anything kasi nga alam ko uulan, saka madudumihan ako kasi may ibang areas nagtatabo talaga ako ng dirty water para I could put it in a pail and then throw it out into the canal outside para maka-help dun sa mga areas that the pump wasn't reaching or helping. So, habang umuulan, couldn't help but cry. As in, yung agulgol levels talaga to na ulan na parang, ano ka ba? Inaaway ko talaga hindi ko alam kung si God or si Mother Nature or si Bagyong Fabian. Na parang kung gago ka, nananadya ka ba? Ayan yung mga ganyan. So ngayon, that was my moment of weakness. Kaya yun yung mga bagay na yun. Sabi ko nga, ang weather disturbance, these are something that we cannot control. Okay, wala tayong control dyan. It makes us worried, it concerns us, pero at the end of the day, magsasayang ka lang ng emosyon mo kapag nag-invest ka ng emotion and a lot of your brain cells in terms of worrying about these things. Kasi nga, cannot control weather for that matter. So ngayon, medyo kahit mabigat sa damdamin ko, alam kong umuulan na naman ngayon, no? It's raining like crazy. So even if last night it stopped, tapos kaninang umaga medyo nagsubside na yung water, and now that it's evening again, mukhang umuulan na naman. So I don't wanna worry anymore kasi parang alam mo yung magre-resign na ako dun sa fact na ganun talaga, anong magagawa ko, wala ka namang kung ano yung counterpart ba ng rain dance para umaraw, baka kahit ilang sun dance ang gawin ko, walang mangyari. So I will just resign to the fact that I cannot control the weather, and I will let it take its course, na hopefully by tomorrow or 2 days from now at the most, tapos na siya. Okay, so for example, traffic. Ayan, hindi pwedeng magalit doon sa laging mahaba ang traffic sa EDSA. Kasi traffic siya talaga, wala kang magagawa. There's always going to be traffic. So anong dapat mong gawin? Ikaw yung mag-adjust, hindi yung traffic ang mag-a-adjust sa'yo. Okay? So, which would lead me to sa second circle na diniscuss ko, yung circle of control. And I'll get to that in a little while after I give you a couple more examples. Okay? Ano pa ang isang example na sinasabi ko kanina? Isa na lang, para maiksi lang yung vlog natin. Yung sabi ko kanina, no, yung mistakes, I saved that for last. The mistakes, errors that you have done in your past. Kung ito yung mga kagagahan mo nung bata ka. Okay? So, these things make you worried. Okay? It occupies your mind. They are your concern. Pero, at the end of the day, that's outside of your control. Kasi tapos na yun. Nagawa mo na yung pagkakamali na yun. Di ba nga sabi nila, the only way is up kapag ikaw ay nalaglag. Or pag nagkamali ka, maybe just learn from it, shrug it off, and then, again, taking all of the learnings with you, hopefully, na meron, you move on forward as a better, more improved person. So, huwag ka magsayang ng effort, ng energy, ng oras, ng pag-worry about those things. Kasi nga, tapos na yun wala ka na magagawa doon. Those are all in your past. And the only things that you can control are the things moving forward. Now, eto na. Yun nga ang circle of control. Okay? So, ang next na gagawin mo dun sa mga bagay-bagay that you worry about, isipin mo, may control ba ako dito sa bagay na to? So, in my previous example, hindi mo makokontrol ang weather, ang traffic sa EDSA, okay, ang nakaraan mo, okay? Ngayon, may mga bagay ka na kaya mong kontrolin. Ito nga, yung how you would react to what people will say about you. Okay, so kunwari, may nag-post or may nag-comment sa'yo sa social media ng something that you didn't like. Okay? How you react to that person is entirely up to you. You decide, you dictate your emotions, your feelings, your heart, your mind, kung paano ka magre-react. Okay? Hindi naman porke, di ba nga, sabi nila, ano ba yung isang example na favorite ko? Ganito, kunwari, hindi naman kasi tayo animals na instinctive lang tayo. Kasi ang mga animals, magre-retaliate yung mga yan. So, halimbawa, perfect na naisip ko, may aso, di ba? Kunwari. Halimbawa, yung isang aso, kinagat siya ng fellow dog niya. So, ngayon, ang gagawin ng dog B, kakagatin niya din. He'll bite back dog A. Instinct yun, nang walang thought process. Okay? Ngayon, hindi tayo ganun. So, pag kinagat ka ba ng aso, kakagatin mo ba yung aso bilang ganun? It's not like that. Okay? So, meron tayong process of, yun nga, nang nag-iisip ka. Okay? I mean, from a theological perspective, meron tayong free will. Di ba? Yun. So, ito yung concept ng, yung free will, hindi ko na-mention kanina, isa din yun sa mga bagay na kaya mong kontrolin. Ikaw lang yung mag-decide how you will react to stimulus or stimuli. Okay? Ano pa yung isang example natin kanina na sinabi dito sa circle of control? Yung iyong feelings, emotions, ang iyong mood. Okay, it's true na may mga pagkakataon na it's not one of our good days, di ba? Minsan gumigising ka, parang bigat-bigat ng pakiramdam mo. Okay, but at the end of the day, ikaw lang yung makakapag-decide kung hanggang kailan ka magpapalamon dun sa sistema ng bad mood mo. Okay, you are the only one in full control of how you're going to change your mood. You want to stay having a bad mood, that's on you. You want to change that bad mood into a neutral or hopefully a better good mood later so that everyone else is happy around you, that is also entirely up to you. Again, these are things that are within your control. Now, aside from just feelings and emotions, ano pa yung kaya mong makontrol? Yung thoughts mo. Okay, how you think. Sabi nga nila, di ba? May naalala ko dati na TV commercial ng Pharmaton. Sabi ng Pharmaton, what the mind can conceive, the body can achieve. And I believe in that. Kasi yung brain is a very powerful part of your body. So ngayon, kaya mong i-command yung katawan mo, di ba nga minsan may nagsasabi na nagsiself-heal sila. On the other hand, meron namang mga tao na ito yung mga psychosomatic or mga hypochondriac na feeling ko magkakasakit ako, mamaya may sakit na yan. Di ba? Mga ganyan. Okay? So, try to manipulate is not the word I'm looking at pero try to control, okay, your mind, your brain cells to actually think positively. Kasi alam mo, kahit gaano pa katindi ang mga nangyayari sa paligid mo, okay, they cannot force you to think negatively, to think ill, to think doomsday-ish. It's all on you. Ikaw bahala magdesisyon kung paano ka mag-iisip. So now what are you gonna do with the third one? Ito nga yung nasa gitna, no? So circle of concern, ito yung circle of control, it's sandwiched in the middle. Kasi meron ka lang limited amount of control as to the outcome nito mga to. Di ba yung mga bigay kong examples kanina? Yung actions ng ibang tao, and speaking of ibang tao, yung what are their impressions of you, or whether they will like you or not, or what do they think about you. Okay? Hindi mo yun kontrolado kasi nga, ibang tao yun. So, sarili nila yung impression, sarili nila yung thoughts, sarili nila yung damdamin, emotions. Okay, so, the only thing that you can do is, if you want to change the outcome of those things, impluensyahan mo sila. So, for example, yung how people think of you or ano yung impression nila sa'yo. So, sinasabi nila, ano ka, o yan, chismosa ka kasi. That's how they perceive you, na chismosa ka. So, gumawa ka ng pamamaraan to influence a change in their mindset or impression of you. Hindi, pagka may pinagkukwentuhan kayong mga ibang tao, pwede mong sabihin na, you know what, I'd rather not talk about that. That's not my business. Oh, kapag ganun ang ginagawa mo, nakikita nila na, hindi pala chismosa itong si so-and-so. Okay? So, you will influence them to change their feelings, their behaviors, their thought. But you cannot control them completely. Kaya wala siya sa circle of control. That's a circle of influence lang. So, ngayon, dinagdag ko dito yung future ng iyong child. Naku, I'm telling you, kahit anong gawin ninyo, ang future ng child ninyo, you cannot have full 100% control over it. But you can influence it. Di ba? Kasi nga, di ba, may mga nangyayari dyan na nagiging pariwara, nagiging patapon yung mga anak. Kasi yung mga parents, laging nag-aaway, or itong tatay, lagi lang nagsusugal, tapos yung nanay, nalalaki, mga ganyan, kinakalimutan sila, etc. etc. Okay? So, what you do as a parent can, I'm not saying definitely will, no, but it can influence how your children are going to grow, to develop, and eventually will mold or determine the future that they may want for themselves. Again, sila ang magdidesisyon ng kung anong future ang gusto nila. Di ba, may mga story tayo, mga magulang gusto sa mga anak, ganitong kunin mong kurso, etc. And we all know how those things work. Okay? So, influensyahan mo lang sila. And then, the decision is all entirely up to them. Okay, and now for my last example for circle of influence, yung kung paano ka magpo-promote sa trabaho. Babalikan ko yung earlier example ko dito sa circle of influence. Your boss is also considered other people. May sarili siyang pananaw about you, about your work ethics, about you as a person, about how he or she perceives you. Hindi mo kayang kontrolin kung paano siya mag-isip or mag-decide about your future in the company, but you can influence her. So, magpakita ka sa kanya, magparibo ka, yung legit at sincere. So, work hard, show her your diligence, show her your hard work. Okay, ipakita mo sa kanya that you're dependable and that you are worthy of that goddamn promotion. So, yun ang within circle of influence. Meron kang control doon fully sa ginagawa mo at may konti kang maaaring maging influensya kung paano niya kontrolin ang kanyang gagawin to change the outcome for you. In closing, I would like to introduce to you this concept that I also got from 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲. Grabe ka, Stephen Covey, ha? Ito kailangan naging stockholder mo na ako. Okay? Ito ang konsepto ng being proactive. Okay? So, the circles of control, circles of influence, and circles of concern, these are the things that you can actually filter, okay? Using your own mind, your own emotions, okay? And you have to also factor in the concept of being proactive. So, ano basically ang definition ng being proactive? Ito ang opposite ng reactive. Ano yung reactive? Yung react ka lang ng react. Kung ano yung itapon sa'yo, magre-react ka lang sa kanya. So, again, those are instinctive. Parang yung example ko kanina, nakinagat mo yung aso. Okay? So, being proactive is actually doing something about what is given to you, but you do not just respond based on instinct or raw emotions. You actually have thought process, you use your free will, tapos pinag-isipan mo siyang mabuti, tapos finilter mo na ito bang reaction na ibinibigay ko dito sa pangyayari or sa tao or sa sitwasyon na ito ay bagay na kaya kong kontrolin, impluwensyahan, or I cannot at all. Okay? Doon pumapasok ang being proactive. If these are things that you cannot control, then you should let it go. If these are things that you can control, then that is the time that you should put all of your effort and your energy, your thought and your heart into it. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this vlog about the circles of concern, control, and of influence, as well as proactivity. I hope you learned a thing or two about this topic. Now, if there is any other subject or topic that you would want me to talk about, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will get to it soon. And from here in 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗲, I hope that you are all safe, healthy, happy, loved, and feeling in total control. I will see you in my future vlogs. This is VJ Bentong.
If you like this video, please click like, share it on your social media, and if you haven't yet, click subscribe and that bell.